Oh, wow. Okay, sorry. I guess I was recording for 7 seconds before I realized it. But here we are in week one of the third quarter of English 1010. And remember, I've told you this a million times, but this is technically a one semester course of a college course that we have extended over the whole year. So we're just right in the middle of things still. Um, so we're just continuing on from what we were doing last quarter. And remember, last quarter you were introduced a little bit to this big paper that we're going to be doing called the literature review paper. And that is a 10-page paper, 10 to 12-page paper that we're working on in steps. Well, this week we are doing the first step. We're starting on the first step of that paper, which is the first 3 to 4 pages of that paper, which is a paper called the topic introduction paper. So there's 3 different papers that you will write separately: the topic introduction paper, the major debates and commentary, and then the areas of further inquiry paper. Those are 3 separate papers that you'll write, and then you'll put them all together into one long paper with a works cited. So we're working on the first chunk of that this week. You'll just need to read the directions really carefully. I have the directions for the topic introduction paper here, and I want you to make sure you spend a lot of time in this resource. I actually created a document after reading topic introduction papers from students last year, where I listed some of the mistakes I was seeing in the topic introduction paper. And so now you have the benefit of seeing what students were, some of the pitfalls that they were falling into last year. You can read about that now before you even start, so that you kind of have a better idea of what the topic introduction paper should look like. So make sure you read the directions carefully and look at all of those links. I have a link to the grading rubric. I have a link to a sample student paper, and a link to the advice I gave students last year. So read that. And then by Friday, I know this is a short week, but by Friday you need to have your paper posted in this peer review forum. You don't need to have the peer reviews done. You just need to have your paper posted by Friday. And since we've been working on this kind of for the last few weeks, hopefully that will work with your time frame to get this paper posted by Friday. By the following Wednesday, which would be in week 2, you need to have the peer reviews done, where you have reviewed other peers' assignments. And then by week 2, the end of week 2, your final draft is due to me for grading. So that's kind of an overview of the first 2 weeks. We're just working on this 3 to 4 page paper. It will include both the articles that you have read in They Say, I Say. It'll include those articles, and you may also include the research that you've done that you did at the end of the second quarter, where you found 2 different articles on the topic of education. You can include those as well. So that is that introduction. If you have any questions, let me know.